So the first phonogram we need for our words today is ow, o, oo, Class, what are you going to write?
Ow, o, oo,
Good. Say it while you write it.
Ow, o,
Oh, good. I'm hearing a lot of voices. Over here, at least. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it, class?
Ow, o, oo,
Good. This is our ow, o, oo, That's our talkative hurt twin. So if you need to fix it, make sure you're saying it. As you're fixing it, I'll say it too. Ow, o, oo, All right, our next phonogram is k, two-letter k, used only after a single vowel that says or What are you going to write?
Two-letter, used only after a single vowel that says
Good, write it and say it while you write it. Thank you. If you're holding your paper with the hand that you are not writing with. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it?
Two-letter, used only after a single vowel that says or
Good. This is our two-letter k, used only after a single vowel that says or So if you need to fix it, say it as you're writing it. Two-letter k, used only after a single vowel that says or All right, our next phonogram is past tense ending. What are you going to write?
past tense ending.
Good. Say it while you write it.
Past tense ending.
All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it?
Past tense ending.
Good. This is our past tense ending. So if you didn't have it and you're fixing it, remember you always need to be saying it while we write it. All right, nice job. Let's quickly review the phonograms we need for our words today. What, eyes up here, Luna? Time.
Ow, o, past tense ending. Two-letter, used only after a single vowel that says or
Good. All right, our first word is last. What's the word?
Last.
Good. I was the last person in the line. Last. Class, what sounds do you hear in the word last? All right, again, we got those two consonants. I heard you say them, but make sure you're saying them while you write them so you don't leave one out. One more time, what are we going to write for last? Great. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, make sure we're crossing out if there's anything we need to fix. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. Thank you, Kaim. He's ready. What is it? All right, make sure yours looks like this. Great, let's see how quickly we can mark it. Does this need a marking? No, this one? No, it's saying it's first sound, this one? This one? No, class, in 3 seconds, tell me, what kind of syllable is this to? One, what is it?
Closed.
Good. It's a closed syllable. Let's read our word.
Last.
Good. Our next word is group. What's the word?
Group.
It is fun that we have a bigger group of students here now. Group. What sounds do you hear in the word group? Good. Our sounds are g, r, oo. Our oo in group is ow, o, oo, Which oo are we going to use in group?
Ow, o, oo,
Excellent. Say the sounds till you write them. Let's wait till we mark it together, because you know what, you don't have all the markings. All right, you're doing a great job today of putting your pencils down when you're finished. I do not want to see any erasers. If we can't use them correctly, I will have to take them away. We don't use them on our practice paper, only in our notebook. All right, I also don't want to see pencils moving if no one's talking. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Which oo? Good. Ow, o, oo, Make sure yours looks like this. All right, if not, and we're fixing it, make sure we're saying the sounds while we're fixing it. No, I am about to take erasers away. Class, you know, we don't have time for erasers right now. We got to go quickly to try and erase. Takes a long time to cross it out, takes half of a second. So that's part of why we do it. All right, let's see how quickly we can mark our word. Does this need a marking? How about this one? How about this one? Okay. Oh wait, some of us are just doing this, but wait, it's not saying its first sound, it's not saying ow. So some of us know, but quickly, what are the 4 sounds of this phonogram?
Ow, o, oo,
So how are we gonna mark it? It's saying ooh. Every time this guy says ooh, it gets an underline and a 3. So wait, I need everyone to show me that they know how to mark it. So show me both the markings. All right, and does this guy need a marking? No. All right, go ahead and pick up your pencil and mark it. And let's read our word.
group.
Good. Our next word is strike. What's the word?
Strike.
I was sad when I got a strike when I was batting. Strike. Class, what sounds do we hear in the word strike?
I.
Good. Our sounds are s, t, r, I. So we've got to be really careful. We've got 3 consonants at the beginning. Don't let them stick together. And then our I is I-E. How are we going to make it say I? Good. We're going to make it say its name by adding silent final E job 1. That means we have to use which k?
Line letter.
And why do we have to use line letter k?
C followed by E, I, or Y, says.
Perfect. Anytime we have silent final E job 1 with a k sound before it, if we want k, we have to use line letter k. All right, one more time. What are we going to write to spell strike?
I. Silent final E, job 1.
Say the sounds till you write them. right, thank you. I see a lot of students showing temperance, just waiting patiently if they're finished. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Wait.
Job 1.
Which is it?
Line letter.
Oh, okay. And now what do I need?
Silent final E. Job 1.
All right, make sure yours looks like this. All right, let's see how quickly we can mark it. Does this need a marking? How about this one? How about this one? This guy? Good, this guy? Good, this guy. All right, good. That whole silent final E job 1 is all we need to mark. All right, let's read our word. Oh, sorry, as soon as I see pencils down, I know we're ready to read our word.
Strike.
Good. All right, now strike can be a verb. It means to hit. All right, so you could say, I will strike the bell, so it makes noise. The past tense of strike, we don't use a dit. So what kind of verb is strike?
An irregular verb.
Good. Strike is irregular because we don't use a dit. The past tense of strike is struck. So that's our next word, class. What's our word?
Struck.
Struck. Good. He struck the ground so hard that his stick broke. Struck. What sounds do we hear in the word struck? Good. Our sounds are st, k. But our k is two-letter k. Used only after a single vowel that says a, or a. Class, which k do we use for struck?
Two-letter. Used only after a single vowel that says or a.
Good. Write the sounds in struck. Say them while you write them so you don't miss any of those 3 consonants. Great job putting your pencils down when you're finished. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. Sorry, I need to switch colors because this one is just not showing up very well. Hopefully this will be better. Finger under that first phonogram. What is it? Good. Which?
Two-letter. Used only after a single vowel that says
Good. 2-letter used only after a single vowel that says or a. Make sure yours looks like this. If it doesn't, say the sounds as you're fixing it. Okay. But we need 2-letter. There. So can you just cross it out? Thank you. All right, again, if pencils are moving, mouths should be moving, because it does not really help us if we're just writing it and not saying the sounds. All right, let's see how quickly we can mark it. Thank you, everyone whose eyes are up here, ready to mark it. Does this need a marking? How about this one? This guy? This one? Saying its first sound? How about this one? Good, that's all we have to mark. Pick up your pencil. And let's read our word. Wait, thanks everyone whose eyes are up here. Excellent. All right, our next word is miss. What's the word?
Miss.
Okay. And this isn't miss like someone's name because we would capitalize that. This is miss as in sometimes I miss my mom because I haven't seen her in a long time. Miss. All right, class, what sounds do we hear in the word miss?
Miss.
Good. But we're going to use our floss rule. What's our floss rule?
We often double S, L, or S at the end of a one-syllable word.
After a single vowel at the end of a one-syllable word. Good, let's all say that together. We often double F, L, or S after a single vowel at the end of a one-syllable word. Good, so we're going to double that. And remember, this one does not have a capital. It's just our regular verb. All right, so go ahead and write miss. Say the sounds till you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. Kayam. What is it? We got to use that floss rule and double our S. All right, let's see how quickly we can mark it. No, this one, this one. This one? Nothing to mark. Let's read it.
Miss.
Excellent. Our next word is the past tense, but miss is a regular verb, so it's just missed. Missed. Let's see. I missed, or let's see, last week when I wasn't home, I missed my bunnies. Missed. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word missed? All right, so sorry, our base word is miss. So we're going to write everything we have in miss. So let's just say what we're going to write for miss.
Miss.
Good, and then what suffix are we going to add?
Ended. Past tense ending.
All right, remember that does not always get its own syllable. Is it going to get its own syllable in missed? No, it's only when it says ed that it gets its own syllable. So one more time, what's our base word?
Miss.
And our suffix?
Ended. Past tense ending.
Great, say the sounds in missed while you write them. All right, class, I saw something terrific when I was just looking around, which was that every single person was holding their paper with the hand they weren't writing with. That was awesome. Let's keep that up. I think that was the first time I've seen that all year without any reminders. All right, finger under the first phonogram in that word. What do we need to write? All right, so make sure yours looks like that. All right, let's see how quickly we can mark it. Do we need to mark anything in our base word?
No.
No. How are we going to mark our suffix? We know we need to underline it. If we're not sure, we'll say the 3 sounds of that phonogram to figure out which one it is. I see some of you doing that in your heads. Not quite everyone's done it though, so let's help them out and do it all together. What are the 3 sounds of this phonogram?
Ended.
And it's saying missed. How are we going to mark it? Everyone show me. Ed-d-t, missed. So it gets an underline and a 3. All right, pick up your pencil and mark it. All right, let's read it. Oh, sorry. That one's tricky. I know we want to say ed. That's why we do the marking. So when we see with a 3, we would say t. All right. And I shouldn't have pointed to this because we don't really say it. All right, let's try that one more time. I'll do better too.
Mist.
Mist. All right. This word's funny because it sounds the same as like if there's just a little bit of water in the air, right? We call it mist. But so that's why we'll need to listen to the sentence to know that it's the past tense of mist. All right. Our next word is often. Class, what's the word?
Often.
Yes, I often get up before 6 o'clock. Often. That means something that happens a lot happens often. All right, but often is a two-way word. To spell it, we say often. Often. All right, so listen one more time. Often. How do we say often to spell it?
Often.
Good. Often. How many syllables are in often? Oh, thank you everyone who found it so quickly. All right, I don't want us to just look at other people and show me, right? I want everyone to put their hand on their chin and find out for themselves, because other people could be wrong. Okay, how many syllables? Do you know the word? Okay, if we're not listening, we're not going to know the word. Class, what's our word?
Often.
Often. How many syllables? Good, there are 2 syllables. What's the first syllable?
Off.
Off. Good, and the second syllable?
10.
Let's see if we can do them both together. What sounds do we hear in the first syllable? Off.
Off.
How about the second syllable? 10.
And.
All right, good. One more time. What's our first syllable?
Off.
And the second one?
10.
Great. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, make sure we're saying the sounds while we're writing them. All right, class. At this word, I think we can just go syllable by syllable. All right, class, what's our first? Oh, so put your finger under that word. You can read me the whole. What's the whole first syllable?
Off.
Off. And the second syllable?
10.
10. All right, make sure yours looks like this. All right, if you need to fix anything, say the sounds as you're fixing it. All right, I only heard one student who was fixing something saying the sounds. Anytime we're fixing it, we've got to say the sounds. So for this first syllable, some of us wrote the word off. I would have told you if we needed to double this, right? Because at the end of off, we use our floss rule. But this isn't a one-syllable word, so we wouldn't use it here. All right, let's see how quickly we can mark it. Does this need a marking? Saying its first sound, this one. How about this one? All right, wait a minute. We say often. Do we hear this letter? This letter's silent. How do we mark any silent letter? Good, double underlines. Does this need a marking? How about this one? All right, just that silent letter, go ahead and double underline it. All right, and let's read our word.
Often.
So we say often to spell it, but when we're talking, what do we say?
Often.
Oh, so to spell it, we say often. When we're talking, we say often. All right, this guy's silent. Often. All right, one more time. How do we say this to spell it?
Often.
Often. But how do we say it when we're talking?
Often.
Often. All right, class, great job.